Welcome to Peer-Guided DBT Lessons, provided by DBT Skills Application, Peers Helping Peers. This week, we'll be looking at an introduction to dialectical behavior therapy. Please keep in mind that we're simply peers helping peers, working together to bring about more peaceful, constructive, and ultimately happier lives. In other words, a life worth living. To start off with, let's take a look at what is behavior therapy. The focus of behavior therapy is on helping an individual understand that by changing their behavior, the change in actions can lead to changes in how they are feeling. Behavior therapy is based on the premise that all behavior, including maladaptive or harmful behavior, is learned and therefore can be unlearned, and that the individual can learn the correct or acceptable behavior. It is a treatment that focuses on altering negative behaviors that have become problematic and stressful, especially those which can potentially pose harm to the person. It also focuses on changing the thoughts and feelings that lead to self-destructive behavior. So then, what is dialectical behavioral therapy? Dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT, is a modified form of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. It begins with the standard cognitive behavioral techniques for emotion regulation and reality testing, then adds in concepts of distress tolerance, acceptance, and mindful awareness. Cognitive behavioral therapy's aim is to identify and change negative thinking patterns with the intended goal of positive behavioral changes. It is designed to help people increase their emotional regulation and cognitive awareness by learning about their triggers that are followed by their unwanted behavior. Learning those triggers can help them to access which coping skills would be the most effective to halt the sequence of events, feelings, thoughts, and behaviors to help them evade undesired reactions. The main goals of DBT are to teach people to mindfully live in the moment, to tolerate and cope with stress in a healthy manner, to regulate emotions, and to develop enriching and healthy relationships. Dialectical behavior therapy, or DBT, is broken into 4 modules and is based on the dialectics of acceptance and change, 2 dealing with acceptance and 2 modules dealing with change, and the 4 combined teaching self-management. So let's take a quick rundown of the 4 modules of DBT. First of all, mindfulness, or acceptance. Mindful means becoming more aware of self and others while focusing on improving an individual's ability to accept and be present in the current moment. Number 2 is distress tolerance, also under acceptance. Distress tolerance behaviors concentrate upon tolerating and surviving crises while learning to accept oneself and the current situation. In other words, accepting life as it is in the moment. Third, we have emotion regulation, or change. Emotion regulation gives strategies and tools to help manage and change intense emotions that are causing problems in a person's life. And number 4, interpersonal effectiveness, also under change. These skills are intended to improve the chances that a person's goals in a specific situation will be met, while at the same time not causing damage to either the relationship or the person's self-respect. So what exactly is dialectical? The philosophical perspective of dialectics, balancing opposites, is the basis for DBT. It consistently works to help the individual to find ways to hold 2 seemingly opposite perspectives at once. Dialectical means 2 ideas can both be true at the same time. There is always more than one true way to see a situation. There is more than one true opinion, idea, thought, or dream. Two things that seem like or are opposites can both be true. All points of view have both true and false within them. But note, facts only have one truth. A life worth living has both comfortable and uncomfortable aspects, happiness and sadness, anger and peace, hope and discouragement. At the heart of DBT is the dialectics, or in other words, the resolution of the seeming contradiction between self-acceptance and change in order to bring about positive changes. Using a balance scale, let's look at some examples of dialectical thinking. On the one side, you have, "You are right," and on the other person is right. Another example is, on the one side, "You can take care of yourself," and on the other side, "You need support and help from others." Another example of dialectical thinking is, on the one side, "You're doing the best you can," and on the other side, "You need to try harder, do better." Now let's take a look at the characteristics of DBT. As we've already stated, it is cognitive-based. DBT helps a person to identify the thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions they hold that makes life harder for them while helping them to learn different ways of thinking that can make life more bearable. DBT is homework-based. The skills are usually taught in weekly lectures in a group setting that covers a specific skill from one of the 4 modules. DBT expects people to agree to complete, then to follow through with doing all homework assigned for the week. Skills must be practiced to be learned. Members will be required to practice each skill taught, such as self-soothing when upset. DBT is support-oriented. The group interaction can help a person to learn, apply, and master the DBT skills. The group can help a person identify their strengths, validation, to build on them so that the person can feel better about themselves and their life. Be sure to check out the video description in the comments below. You'll find a link to the website lesson that accompanies this video. You will also find links to the handouts and worksheets created to complement this video. And while you're there, if you found this video helpful, be sure to like it. On behalf of Tasha and myself, I'm Dan, by the way, and our awesome peer-guided DBT lesson staff, we would like to thank you for being a part of our peer-guided DBT lessons. We want to also let you know that our entire DBT course is now available on our YouTube channel, so be sure to check it out. You'll find the link in the comments below.